Welcome back to Freeze Dried Future. Today I'm going to show you how to replace the filter on your oil demister on the industrial pump. The process will be somewhat similar if you have a standard pump. We're going to go over the industrial pump and the oil demister filter replacement today. And I'll kind of loosely cover how you can clean them and reuse them. Alright, we're back. This is a fairly simple process. The only tool you're going to need will be a 4mm Allen wrench. I've went ahead and taken out a couple of the bolts that hold this in, and I'll go over those. The insert, they shouldn't be super tight, but they'll be in there fairly snug so that it get a good seal with that O-ring. That will just work. Keep a little bit of pressure down on the top of your pump because there is a spring inside. So we'll just get these two removed. I'll move over to this side. Alright, we'll just do this one. There we go. And you'll see, pretty simple. Alrighty. Now that we have that loose, just gently pull this off, and you'll see there's a seal around that. Just move that out of the road here real quick. Okay, the first thing you're going to get to is inside the top of, move it here, the top of your filter. You can remove this all off at once. It stays in there. Just be mindful there's a spring that goes inside of that, and keep track of that. This just pulls right out of there. Then this will come up, and if you look, very little of the filter actually sees, much oil, and that's just some of the oil that builds up on the inside through the normal operating. We're going to go ahead and take that, we'll set it inside of that bucket. We'll take our new one. Now that filter didn't need replaced. I'm doing it for the purpose of this video for you. Good reasons to replace these periodically. You'll notice maybe you're not pulling as good a vacuum as you were before. It'll be time to do this. You can purchase a whole new demister. They're $245 as opposed to a $95 filter. Those are quite a bit cheaper, and you can wash these if you're careful with them. I wouldn't wash them more than once or twice, and then I'd definitely replace them. But if you look, there's a hole there. They're exactly the same size. There is no right or wrong way to put these in. You're just going to set this back in. You'll see where that'll go right there. It has an O-ring to seal it. Set that in there. We'll take this, put that on. Remember, our spring is intact. We'll set right on top like it was. And we'll grab our top and just keep pressure on there on the top of this, because that spring does have a little bit of pressure. That's what pulls that filter down against that lower O-ring to keep it sealed. And we will simply, with a little pressure on top, thread these 4 bolts back in. And to start off with, I just do them slightly snug by hand. Then I'll go back around and we'll finish tightening them up a little bit more. And they're not very long. They're pretty small, pretty easy to get in and out. And let me get this in. And you can put on gloves when you do this. If you don't want to get a little bit of oil on your hands or whatever, because it can be a little messy. It's a highly refined mineral oil, basically what our vacuum pump oils are. And so it's not going to hurt you, but probably good practice. And we'll get this last one in. It's off camera, I apologize for that. Okay, and you'll hear my freeze dryer is running on the cooling. I actually stopped the vacuum process for this video. So, once we have those all hand tight, just set your wrench in there, and you don't want to put a ton of pressure on them, just a little snug. I go around in a crisscross kind of a pattern. Get this back one just a little bit, and there we go. That is got a brand new filter in it. So I'll stop the video here for a minute. All right, we're back. So a couple things you can do. You have something you can set this on inside of your filter pitcher. You can do that and let that drip out a little more. Another easy way to do this is get some hot dish soap, like Dawn or whatever you use. Get this full, set that in there, let that soak a little bit, get it out, work it with your hands, to work the soap in and out. Give it a very good rinse, and then let this dry completely before you do anything with it. It can take 2 or 3 days, maybe a little more depending on the humidity where you're at, and that'll get all that dirt that's built up in there off. So once you've got it clean, you can put it in a Ziploc bag or in the bag that your new filter came in. Make sure it's dry. Set it away somewhere where you know where it's at, and you'll have a spare demister filter. And that pretty much completes that. I'll be back in just a minute with you, and we'll go over some exciting news coming to the channel. All right. Do the things that we're going to be doing here in the upcoming weeks and months. There'll be some really cool giveaways. My friends at Stay Fresh have sent these to me. Giveaway as gifts to help kind of boost my channel and boost some sales to those guys too. There'll be tray stackers, full set here. Have 3 the inlet air filters, which is going to be nice. I think these run around $9. I remember these right there in the 20s, $24, $29. I don't remember exactly, so I apologize. We do have a fairly good stack of Stay Fresh's very heavy duty Mylar bags. I'll be giving these away in some smaller lots, and then maybe some bigger lots of these as well as we go on. I have 3 perforated silicone mats sets for your trays. There's 4 in each bag. I have 3 of those. And some parchment paper. I'll be giving away some sets of those as well coming up. And we'll start those probably next week. So let all your friends know, everybody, come check out our channel. And there'll be some, if we get a certain amount of views likes, subscribes. That's where we'll be giving some of these out. Also, I'll be starting a Patreon channel very soon. Some of these items will be available on the Patreon channel as well. Alright, thanks for watching this video. I'll have links in the video description below where you can go and look at all these products that we're giving away as gifts, or go and purchase some for yourself or another freeze dryer friend. Look forward to some of these giveaways coming up in the future. Thanks.